Good morning. So this week we're talking about the barriers in culture between the first century Christians and how that still applies to us in the 21st century. The the culture of the culture of Judaism in the first century was very um, was very disconnected from anything outside of it. Like they were scared of being unclean and becoming defiled, so they wouldn't even enter into Gentile homes. That's why when Peter enters Cornelius's home, he's a little bit um, apprehensive before he goes in, and it takes three visions of Jesus opening a curtain with all the unclean animals and saying, don't don't call what I have called unclean. Don't call what I have called clean unclean." And that's really it's not really about food so much as it's about the people who are not in the Jewish culture, who don't have the Torah. And then another barrier is um, the roles of women in the church. I would say that's um, always been. I mean, that's from Genesis. It's always been a contentious thing, since the fall, with the um, how God says that the curse of man and woman will be that um, one is going to lord over the other and one's going to want to rule. The Another is I would say idolatry is another one that in Ephesus, in Acts 15, when Paul is preaching, there's a riot, and it's really because of money and how the smiths who are making idols for Artemis are getting upset that Paul is preaching the gospel and taking money away from them. So they create a stir and say, no god, no goddess, but Artemis or Diana. And how that applies to us today, I will go backwards from the Artemis thing. How that applies to us today is that a lot of our idols are really promoted by people who are wanting to sell us things, new stuff, they kind of feed into our materialistic personalities. The how gender barriers with the church. I think that there have been places where it's gone too far, with complementarianism going too far, where women can't even share their testimonies at church or even really evangelize. I think as a complementarian, I think that a woman can teach, she can even lead a Bible study. There's really only a barrier of the office of pastor, and that's from what I've learned in the Bible. With the Gentiles and the Jews, that barrier between the two, it's not really so much racial but more religious, that they were so scared of being defiled that they didn't want to be near anything that was counter to their traditions and religion. That doesn't mean that we join in with immoral behaviors, but we we do have to live in this world but not be part of the world, as Paul says. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a good day. Bye.